and welcome to the very last vlog of NaNoWriMo 2019. Happy Thanksgiving! It is day 28 of NaNoWriMo. I am in the car with Gavin. We are driving to his grandparents' house in Oklahoma right now. I have been writing on here and it's not going super well because I can't remember anything that I was supposed to write. I don't have my notes, I don't have anything with me. Plus I didn't really plot anything out and I don't have an outline anyway, so I was gonna just kind of wing some things, and now I can't remember any of the scenes that I was supposed to write or like the random plot points that I did have, and I don't know what to write next because I don't know where I'm going in this story. I have no idea what's happening right now. So I know right now there's about 2,000 words on here, but it's also from yesterday because I know I didn't end the day yesterday with my total word count for the day. I think it was about 800. So I guess today I've written 1,200 or so words. So I'm gonna keep writing. Well, we're almost to his grandparents' house, but on our way back to Texas, I will write a little bit more. And then I don't know if I'm gonna have much time later in the day. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm gonna have much time later in the day to write, so we will see, but that is the situation right now. That is where we are at. Hello, and welcome to the very last day of NaNoWriMo. I did not film or really write much yesterday because it was, I went to my grandparents' house and we just did stuff all day and I just didn't get any words. Well, I got like 50 words like at the very end of the day last night just because I wanted something. So today, I have not written anything yet. I am starting the day with 46,099 words. So we are just over 46,000 words, which means today I have to write like 3,900 words. So basically 4,000 words today to reach 50K. I think I mentioned this in my last vlog, but I am doing a stream today. I went ahead and set one up. I worked earlier this morning. Right now it's almost 2 o'clock. So I have a stream scheduled for 2 o'clock and we are just gonna stream for until I get 50,000 words. I'm very confident that I'm going to win and write that today since I have had a lot of days where I've gotten over 4,000 words and it was fine, and I've been writing really fast and I'm feeling pretty good today, so yeah. Right now I am eating some leftover green bean casserole from Thanksgiving, which is the best. Thanksgiving casserole is the best part of Thanksgiving dinner, like the Thanksgiving food. Green bean casserole all the way. Comment down below your favorite Thanksgiving meals or foods so we can have this discourse, because apparently I need this. I am feeling better, by the way. I did have a cold, but I am feeling a lot better because Gavin forced me to drink NyQuil, and I hate liquid medicine, but I am feeling better, so thank you, Gavin. Also, I have mentioned this as well, I'm hoping to finish this first draft within this 50,000 words, or, you know, maybe a little bit above that, but like with draft 1 of Project Orion, I wrote the 50,000 words, but then I also, it was like 76,000 words, so it was a bit of a longer first draft than 50,000, but with this draft, I've been really, just going, quick, not really caring about what it sounds like. It's a lot easier this time, because I know I struggled with that a lot, with, being a perfectionist and making sure everything sounded good, even just for a first draft, but this time I've gotten a lot better with that, and it's, not good. It's, trash. Terrible words. It's just all over the place and a mess, and at this point, I'm just writing random scenes, sometimes out of order, because again, I don't have an outline, so I was gonna kind of explore, you know, but now I'm I don't know what to write. And so I'm just writing the scenes that I know, and right now, which I'm actually going to start today during the stream, I'm on the climax, near the end, where everything happens and it's the big realization and it's the big thing, you know? And then after that, it's gonna be the resolution and just kind of the chill, calm down time until the end. So I'm hoping I will get through the climax, and then I'm hoping that I can probably finish the first draft today, maybe, because things have been all over the place and fast and weird, and I'm just going like this, and it's such a different pace and speed and feeling overall from draft 1 of Project Orion. So we may finish another first draft today. And I know last time, with Project Orion, it was such a big deal, and it truly is, because it was the first draft I had ever, first draft I had ever finished, and it took me forever, and it was like over 75,000 words, and that's a lot, you know? But for this one, it's been like just a month, 50,000 words, and I'm just gonna finish it, and it's still a big deal, but I definitely have not hyped it up as much, because in my head I'm just like, it's so bad, and I'm just getting it on paper. It's ridiculous. It's all over the place. But yeah, I may win NaNoWriMo today and also finish a whole entire another first draft, and I'm really excited about that. I will say, I'm so tired of this story. Oh my gosh, like, I don't know, it's so different from Project Orion. Not genre-wise, but like, I approached this one in such a different way that, like, for this, I don't have an outline, I didn't plan anything out, and I'm a huge planner, like, plotter. And for this one, I was like, oh, I'm gonna just explore it and kind of just go and just see how that is going for me. And I can't do it. I'm not gonna do this again. I don't think I'm gonna be able to, like, pants something like this, because even though I am getting it done really fast, it's compared to Project Orion first draft, and I'm trying not to compare things, but, you know, that's the only other one I have. It's been shorter, like, it's done in a shorter amount of time, but it is significantly worse than Project Orion. Like, I probably would have felt somewhat comfortable sharing Draft 1 of Project Orion with somebody, but, like, this one it's almost like notes in a way. Like, I don't know. Anyway, after today, like, when I finish and I win and possibly finish the first draft, like, later today when I'm done with all this, I'm gonna kind of give, like, a final thoughts sort of segment where I talk about all this, but that's what's been going on in my head. We have 10 minutes now until the stream starts, so I'm going to finish my green bean casserole, make sure the stream, or, like, my webcam and all that is looking good and everything's set up and ready. Also, maybe try to look better than this, but I don't know. This is what I look like 99% of the time. Alright, we are in the stream right now. This is my little setup. It is absolutely terrible. But we are writing a lot of words. I have 1,300 more words to write to reach 50K. It's so weird to say that because we are actually about to win. We've been in the stream for about an hour and a half, and we are making so much progress. We've had, like, so many people already reach 50K and, like, reach the goal and win NaNoWriMo, and it's so exciting, and this is just so cool. So I'm gonna show some people because this is so much fun. This is the chat. Lots of fun people. We're having a good time, you know. Hello, everyone. Little shout out to all you. But we're having a lot of fun. We're in the middle of we're between sprints, and then we're gonna start another one soon. And yeah, I had it myself when I watched this vlog. But yeah, lots of fun. Lots of fun! Only 1,300 more words. It is 4:47 on November 30th, 2019, and your girl just won NaNoWriMo. I won, and I wrote 50,000 words, and I'm very excited about it. We're actually at 50,432 right now, and we are not done. We are still in the stream, making lots of progress. Down the Rabbit Hole has just won as well. A lot of people have just won, but we are, we're doing it. We're hanging out, we're having fun, and I'm really excited that I just won. I just finished the climax, and I am in the, like, resolution part of the story, so we're actually gonna finish the first draft right now. We're gonna do more sprints and keep going. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna finish this first draft, and it's going so fast, and everything's happening, and it's a lot of fun. We're doing it, and yeah, here's the chat. Hello, everybody. We are talking about my vlog segment song, which I already just forgot again. But yeah, that's what's going on. Everyone's really cool. We're having lots of fun. And it's just been a really fun, chill time. And a lot of people have reached 50,000, which is so awesome. And we're all making progress. And it's a lot of fun. So, yeah. I'm gonna do a little like thing at the end, like I said earlier, of my kind of final thoughts on the whole month. So I'm gonna do that after the stream. And so yeah, I will see y'all then. So we're still in the stream right now. I just muted my mic, but I just finished the first draft. I just finished the draft. I just wrote you can't see it. I just wrote the words the end. I just wrote the end. I just wanted to show it, you know, because oh my gosh. Like I feel, I kind of want to cry because it's, not only did I finish it and it's the end, but also because like just the end, it's like it ends on their graduation day. And I just sat here and like rushed so much. I just got so many words and it was like so fast, and it, like I kind of feel the nostalgia of like high school, not just high school, but like specifically like getting ready to leave high school and high school graduation, and like feeling so much love from like your friends and your family and feeling like everyone's supporting you, and it's just ending really well. And like it's ending with her and Clara. They just left their graduation, and instead of like going, well, they just saw their family and everything, and then they're like, okay, we'll meet you guys back home. And they just got in their car and they're like speeding down the road through their like hometown, like blasting music and singing too loud. They like look over at each other and they're like, what do we do now? They're like, we can do anything we want. I just finished another first draft. Okay, I'm still in the stream, and so like everyone can see me right now. So I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, so it is a little later in the night. It is 8:48 at night. I know things were kind of all over the place in the last clip. Emotions were running a little high. So I've taken some time, calmed down a little bit, and yeah, I won NaNoWriMo. I wrote 50k words. I actually have a total for you. For the month, I wrote 51,462 words, and today, I believe I wrote about 5,500 words, 5,500, which is also my biggest writing day of the month. So, yeah, we did that. Also, I finished the draft. I finished the whole draft. I wrote the end, which is so very crazy to me because I don't know, I kind of went into it not really thinking I would actually finish the draft in November, but I did. Like I literally, it was just 1 month of it, and I finished a whole draft in 1 month, and I'm really proud of myself. Alright, so I'm going to like kind of set this up here. I don't have my tripod, it's somewhere, but I don't feel like getting up and getting it, so it's kind of just propped up on the edge of my bed. So I wanted to kind of do a little like final thoughts sort of situation because I did approach this NaNoWriMo so differently than I did last year. So last year, which is also what I normally do, it's what I'm used to, it's what works for me that I had found because that's really all I had done, which is just being a huge plotter and planning everything and being super organized and detailed and having a very structured sort of outline, and everything's really organized and I know exactly what I'm going to write and like what is happening in each chapter scene by scene. And so last year for draft 1 of Project Orion, I had a scene by scene outline and I had everything figured out. And so I went into NaNoWriMo very differently because I knew what I was doing, and I also struggled a lot more with perfectionism and making sure everything was sounding good even for a first draft. I really wanted everything to sound good, and it was harder to move forward when things weren't sounding good, and I was just really, you know, I wanted it to be good, I wanted it to be perfect, and because I knew what I was doing and I had it in my head of like exactly what I wanted. So that was my approach last year, and what I've been used to, that's what I've always done. And so for this year, for draft 1 of Project Garden, I went in with a much more relaxed approach. And so I had a sort of beat sheet. I had the major plot points figured out. I had the beginning, middle, end, and I knew the points along the way and generally what was going to happen and the characters and things like that. I didn't have all the character stuff figured out, but I knew who my characters were going to be and a general idea of, how they were going to act, how they were going to be, stuff like that. But for the most part, I did not have a scene-by-scene outline. Nothing was super structured and organized. I just had the main plot points that I knew were going to happen, and then between those, I just told myself, okay, I'm gonna give myself room to explore. I'm not gonna have everything figured out, and I don't need to, and I'm just gonna kind of feel things out, give myself room to explore, a little more flexibility, not so like rigid and structured and organized and stuff like that. And I was really excited about that, especially because the sort of feel of the story for this year was a lot more like figuring things out and exploring and stuff like that. So I thought it would work really well. I was also just eager to see how that would work since I was such a hardcore plotter. And also this year I was a lot less focused on making things perfect. It's been a year now and I have a lot more experience with that and realizing that things don't have to be perfect, and it's more about just getting the words on the page. And now that I've kind of gone through the editing and rewriting process, I can see, how each step of the process has its own purpose and how they work together, going step by step. So I knew that this year for this first draft, I was not going to make it good and perfect. I just needed to get the words on the page so that I could move on to the next step and make it better. So for last year, for draft 1 of Project Orion, that was my approach, the really structured, organized one. This year it was a little more relaxed. And for draft 1 of Project Orion, which was structured, I won NaNoWriMo, but I didn't finish the first draft right away. It took me a few more months to finish the first draft, and it came out around 78,000 words. And so this year, it was only a month, and it was only 51,000 words. And so you can definitely see a difference in that in itself. And so I really noticed that with draft 1 of Project Orion, the really rigid and structured one, it definitely took me a lot longer to finish the draft. But at the end, when I had the completed draft, it was a lot cleaner. It was something I was a little more proud of, and it didn't need tons of work in the next step, which was like editing and rewriting. I did rewrite the whole thing because I changed a large part of the plot, but what I had written in those few months, and it was longer, was that, it took longer, but it was a lot cleaner and neater and nicer, and it made a little more sense. Whereas this year, with the more relaxed thing, it took way less time, which is nice, but it's also so messy. There are so many issues, and of course there were issues in Project Orion, but there are whole parts of this year's Project Garden where because I didn't have a structure, I didn't have an outline, which is something I'm used to. And so there were times where I'm okay, I know this scene, but I don't know where to go from here, and I'm trying to explore and be flexible, but I don't know what to write next, and I didn't have that time before to brainstorm, and I couldn't use the time now to brainstorm because I have to write. It's NaNoWriMo, you're kind of on a deadline, and so I didn't have time to just sit there and brainstorm. So I would just write okay, well, I think this is gonna happen, but I'm gonna skip this part and go to this next scene that I know is going to happen. So I write this whole new scene, and then I'm oh shoot, I just remembered a scene that was before this, so then I would write that scene. And so for Project Garden, there were a lot of things that were unorganized. It was not in order, and for me, that is not how I like to work. It makes it really confusing for me, and I just kind of confuse myself and mess myself up because everything is out of order, it's out of place. And so, yeah, I now have this finished draft, but it's going to need a lot of work. It's going to take a lot more work and time to clean it up. So, there's pros and cons of both. I'm not saying there's one better than the other. I'm just telling you these 2 years, my little experiment of having 2 different approaches, and how they worked for me, how I felt about them. There's definitely a huge difference for me. I prefer plotting. It was very nice, though. I did like being able to explore and like having the flexibility to explore, because there were a lot of good ideas that were born from that ability for me to just sit there and write and kind of see what happens. And so I did really like that, but I feel like it wouldn't work as a long-term thing, or especially when I'm on a deadline like that where I have like only a month, and everything's kind of a time crunch. Because I didn't have time, if I needed to just sit there and like think through a plot hole. It was more like I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go from here, but I have to keep writing, and that just like makes me anxious. So for me, I definitely prefer the plotting method. I definitely have learned, though, not to be so hardcore about it. And I don't think I was ever like super hardcore about it. I always said like, okay, my outline is there, but if I can deviate from it and I need to and I want to, then that's totally fine. I don't have to like stick to it. But it definitely kind of helps me see the bigger picture. Doing it like looking at the small details really helps me to see how everything comes together, rather than just letting myself wander, because I cannot work that way. I'm gonna get lost and confused and hurt myself. I need a map to get to where I'm trying to go. So that was my little thing about the approaches. What else did I want to talk about with my final thoughts? Oh, I don't know if it's the new website design, because they did do a whole update on the website and everything looks very different, but I felt a little less connected from everyone. Not like the authortube, I don't want to say that, because I did a lot more like live streams, and I felt a lot more connected within that community and like talking to you guys and interacting and like doing sprints and like being live. But in general, outside of like my bubble, I felt very disconnected from like NaNoWriMo, because last year I loved the forums. I used to go on the forums all the time and like just like browse and look through things and read what other people were doing and going through. Like, it just felt like I was connected to something larger. But this year, and again, I don't know if it's the new website design, but it definitely, I did not go on the forums nearly as much. I probably went on a few times at the beginning, maybe once in the middle, and that's it. Like, I guess it's the design, but I definitely just didn't find it as fun, or like, I don't know. I just didn't feel as connected to like the bigger picture of NaNoWriMo this year. But I definitely did feel a lot more connected to you guys, and like I loved doing the live streams so much. They were a lot of fun, and I loved talking with y'all and like seeing how everyone's doing, and it felt a lot more like personal. And that's something that I really value like in my life, and also like with this channel and what I want it to be. And so I'm definitely going to do more of those. I did do a few like before NaNoWriMo, but I definitely want to be more consistent with doing the lives and trying to get a schedule up ahead of time, like as early as I can. They were a lot of fun and really productive. We got a lot of writing done, and it was also nice to just talk. Oh, also, let's go over here. I really enjoyed this little wall, even though we didn't really like keep up with it super well. Let's go ahead and take these off. Go shopping for new clothes. And I know what this is. Buy yourself a new game and take yourself out to eat. So like obviously I didn't really keep up with them super well, because like a lot of them are still there. And that's probably because a lot of these rewards were a little bit bigger, like take yourself out on a date, or like go shopping for new clothes. I feel like they should have been smaller, like the first few, like, have some YouTube time, or like go play a game or something like that. Smaller things to do between each milestone, rather than feeling like it's so big that I don't really have time to do it. So if I do this again next year, I'm going to keep that in mind. But I do think it was a good way to like keep me motivated, and also like keep y'all involved in the process and kind of see where I am, and like more kind of fun, But I think it could have been better. But like it's nice to look at. I like it. It's nice to see it there. It reminded me of NaNoWriMo all the time, let myself know that I need to be writing and there's something to like work towards. Overall, it was a really good month. I really enjoyed it. I also really liked the Alpha Smart. That was another big thing that was really different from last year. and it really helped with writing really fast. I definitely recommend it for a first draft because I typed super fast and got a lot of progress. On the other hand though, sometimes it's kind of hard to gauge like how many words you've written or like how it looks on a page, but it like lasts for such a long time. I have not had to charge it still, and it's like it's barely, the battery's barely gone down. Very handy, really recommend it. This isn't sponsored in any way because those things aren't even being made anymore. I do think it's going to be a little weird going back to Project Orion after this and working on the computer, because I don't think I'm going to work on Project Orion on the AlphaSmart because I'm not on a first draft anymore, so I really need to like focus on editing and kind of seeing everything, but it is really good for first drafts. And I don't know if it was specifically the AlphaSmart or just a year of writing and making more progress, but from last NaNoWriMo, I find myself typing a lot faster. I'm getting a lot more words in a smaller amount of time, and I think just overall I'm kind of moving faster and things are coming to me faster, so that's kind of cool to see. I think that's pretty neat. Alright, I believe that is everything I wanted to talk about in my little final thoughts segment of this video. I can't believe it's over. It's so weird because I feel like November just started, but it also feels like this has been my life for so long, like working on this book, even though it's only been a month. But it's about to be December. That is so weird to me. Like, this year's about to be over. I can't even, I don't know. That's so weird. Time is moving so fast. I hope you all accomplished your goals for November, even if you weren't doing NaNoWriMo. And if you were, I hope you got your goals. You wrote 50,000 words and you're feeling good about yourself. And even if you didn't, or if you didn't do NaNoWriMo, you know, I hope things are well and going good and you at least got some words, and that is so awesome because you're putting words towards your goal. You're taking those steps towards your goal. Thank you all for watching and also just following along on these little weekly vlogs throughout the month. And I just want to give a little thank you to everyone for supporting me and this channel and letting us have live streams and like doing this and commenting and liking and all this stuff. Like, thank you, because it's crazy, you know? So yes, thank you, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!